Still, there's got to be some nervousness, some butterflies.
Well, first order of business, if you're Coach Izzo, you're trying to come up with a way to stop the big fella from Duke, Jahlil Okafor. He can play. He is tough. And so many storylines heading into this Final Four. One of the most notable has to be Coach K and Coach Izzo meeting up for the 10th time tonight. And you know what? There is no coach that's more dangerous as an underdog than Izzo, who extended his all-time record to 13 NCAA wins as the lower seed. Now, a lot of college basketball fans remember when Duke forced 13 turnovers in its last meeting with Michigan State back in November, so Izzo has obviously been harping on ball security since the loss. As for tonight, Izzo has a little message for anyone who doubted his Spartans since day one.
We've earned our right to be here too, so we're not going to apologize anymore. You know, the teams we beat at the end of the year, the Big Ten tournament, and I think we played maybe the toughest 4 teams to get here. So we've earned our right, we're ready to play, and we know we're playing a great team in Duke, and excited about the opportunity.
They sure are. So tip-off is scheduled for just a few minutes from now, 6:09 tonight, Indianapolis, Duke, Michigan State. Meeting up, of course, with a chance to play the winner of, as you know, Kentucky or Wisconsin.
A lot of anticipation for this one, so we'll hope the Spartans play their best. They certainly have been getting better as the tournament has gone along.
They have really progressed nicely, exactly what Coach Izzo wants. By the way, make those free throws.
Make
the free throws.
There you go. That'll be key. Could be. Very well, David. Thank you. More later, Breslin Center, meantime, opening its doors for fans to watch the game on the big screen tonight. And metro area establishments are packed with green and white supporters as well. Might expect that. Our Ronnie Dahl live in Royal Oak tonight. And Ronnie, are fans confident they're going to get a Spartan victory tonight?
Well, you know that was going to happen. You know, it has been quite the season for the Spartans fans. So many ups and downs, and they, of course, expect another thrilling victory tonight, but not everyone in there is cheering for the green and white. Mark, did you have Michigan State in your bracket?
I did.
Going all the way?
I have them to the final game.
You think that's going to come true?
I do. I'm a diehard Michigan State fan. I got lots of confidence. I think the team's great. They're peaking right now. I think they got the mojo. I think they're going to get it done today.
I'm rooting for Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin originally. Been living here for about 6 years, so I'm cheering for State, though, because I think it'd be awesome to have 2 Big Ten teams in the championship.
Duke's going to win. It's going to be a lot of sad faces in here. Sorry.
Except for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be probably the only happy person.
I think that they're going to play their hardest, and they have a lot of heart, and they have a great coach, so I can only hope for the best.
Some people never thought they'd get to this point.
No, but that's because they're not true fans.
And so, of course, the Spartans are the underdogs going into tonight, but the fans say they're in it to win it. So don't count them out. For now, we're live in Royal Oak. Back to you.
All right, Ronnie, thanks so much. It's going to be fun, no doubt about that. Michigan State officials, meantime, want to make sure fans celebrate safely and put out this message to anyone thinking about causing trouble. It says, think about it. Local news cameras, security cameras, police cameras, and camera phones are everywhere. Goes on to say, remember, no one is anonymous anymore. In an email, school officials say these types of events, like riots or couch burning, are an embarrassment to our community and our university. Goes on to say, don't allow your degree to be devalued. And say with 7 Action News, we will have complete post-game coverage of the game tonight on 7 Action News at 10 p.m. on TV 20 and right here on Channel 7 at 11. Also online, of course, at WXYZ.com. Let's check in now. 7 First Alert meteorologist Hallie Vogel. Beautiful day today. Sunny. Still on the chilly side, but what's in store for Easter?
Some big changes, Dave, I will say that. So it was dry today. The clouds have moved in. We're going to continue to see more clouds through the overnight, and the changes come, yes, for the morning. Easter Sunday morning, the opportunity for rain for some, accumulating snow for others. So we're going to time this out for you. Looking at right now our radar and satellite composite, you can see a few sprinkles trying to come down to the north toward Port Sanilac. Elsewhere, though, it's just the cloud cover that we're seeing generally increase through the evening. Temperature 49 degrees in Mount Clemens, 46 in Port Huron. It is 51 degrees in Jackson. We made it into the low 50s for highs today. Look at that, back toward the north and west out of Wisconsin. It's rain now, but it'll change to snow for some. As a matter of fact, north of I-69, a winter weather advisory. How about that? For Easter Sunday morning, 4 a.m. to noon tomorrow for 1 to 3 inches of snow north of Port Huron. We're talking the thumb up towards Saginaw. I'll time it out with your hour-by-hour forecast to let you know who gets that rain and snow mix and who will just get some rain. That's all coming up.
All right, Allie, thanks. Hundreds turned out for Hash Bash in Ann Arbor today. The crowd heard from activists and political leaders who believe marijuana should be legalized. Already, the city of Lansing has legalized marijuana. And tonight from Ann Arbor, 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell explains what it might mean for the movement.
This is Hash Bash in Ann Arbor. People played music, danced on the diag at U of M, even praised Jesus.
Show people that, we really do care about them and that, there are Christians that are actually cool and nice.
And of course, not all, but most smoked. Why? The feeling, guys! Yay! But the annual Hash Bash isn't just about celebrating marijuana. Hash Bash has been happening now for 44 years, every year on the first Saturday in April. And people who've been coming for decades say the movement to legalize marijuana is hitting a high point.
I had friends who had problems with the law, with marijuana, and it kind of destroyed their families and lives, and thought it'd be a good idea to try to get my voice heard.
Ralph Worth owns Interface Systems, a successful IT business. Every year since 1976, he's made it to Hash Bash in Ann Arbor. His message is simple: pot smokers should not be criminals. He's optimistic. He says this year's crowd is one of the biggest, that is no longer just a grassroots effort. It's a political movement.
I've noticed a lot of politicians showed up now. It seems to be a political issue because of the money involved.
Many here own medical marijuana businesses.
Right now, we're still being targeted as criminals.
Under federal law, marijuana is illegal across the country, classified with highly addictive drugs with no medical benefit. But today, for the most part, laws weren't enforced at Hash Bash. University police tell 7 Action News they arrested only 3 people they say planned to deal drugs. In Ann Arbor, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Breaking news now just into the 7 Action newsroom. A DDOT bus involved in a fatal accident. We're told the bus was near 8 Mile and Van Dyke when a man in his 50s got off. He was trying to get his bike off the rack on the front of the bus when the driver pulled forward and ran him over. We're told the driver did not see the man. At this point, the victim's name is not being released. We'll have more information on that story as it develops. And new developments in the police-involved beating of Floyd Dent. Congressman John Conyers is calling on the Justice Department to formally investigate whether the 57-year-old's civil rights were violated. Dent's violent arrest was caught on camera and has quickly garnered national attention. The video shows an Inkster police officer hitting him 16 times in the head. Dent has no criminal record. Police also said they found drugs in his vehicle, but Dent's attorney says the drugs were planted by an officer on the scene. The Inkster Police Department is conducting an internal investigation. Starting tomorrow night, residents in Shelby Township, Washington Township, and the village of Romeo will need to boil their water. The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is still trying to repair a 96-inch water main near 27 Mile Road and Campground Road. Crews won't start working until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. After that, you'll need to boil water for drinking and cooking. We'll let you know as soon as the boil water alert is lifted. And there's more to come on 7 Action News at 6. Up next, a major construction project gets underway on Monday that could interfere with your regular commute. We'll tell you which road is closing coming up. Also, opening day just hours away now. What you'll need to know about the parking situation before you head down to Comerica Park.
Channel 7 Action News, WXYZ Detroit will be right back.
Gas prices appear to be holding steady right now. According to AAA, the average for unleaded regular in Michigan is $2.43 a gallon. That's just slightly higher than the national average of $2.39 a gallon. Put it in perspective just how low prices are. A year ago, we were paying $3.69 a gallon. A major construction project is about to get underway in Farmington Hills this week. Crews have been reconstructing the intersection of 14 Mile and Orchard Lake for months now. But on Monday, 14 Mile will be closed west of Orchard Lake Road for construction on a new roundabout. This is the final phase of the Triangle project that's expected to be completed in November. And still ahead, the terrorists behind the deadly attack on a Kenyan college issue a new threat. Also ahead, a brawl erupts inside a casino and it's all caught on tape. Well, the sun is shining. Hallie will tell us what we can expect for your Easter Sunday and beyond when we come right back.
Channel 7 Action News will be right back.
New details are emerging about the terror attack that killed nearly 150 people at a school in Kenya. Tonight we're hearing from the people who survived and what they had to do to get out alive. ABC's Alex Markville has this one.
I heard a gunshot behind someone screaming.
It was a horror that lasted 13 hours and left at least 148 people dead. Gunshots shattering the quiet on Thursday morning, jolting students at the Garissa University College out of their beds as 4 gunmen from Al-Shabaab stormed the campus. Now, survivors of the massacre are revealing what it took to walk out of that school alive.
I just smeared the blood.
This young man emerging from one building saying he covered himself in his classmates' blood and played dead.
I am the only man who survived from all the boys.
This young woman hid in a wardrobe and covered herself in clothes.
I was scared.
She said she heard the gunman ask her fellow students about Islam. If they couldn't answer the questions, they would be executed. She remained hidden for 2 days without food or water.
I drank the lotion. I was feeling hungry and infected.
Now, 48 hours later, the broken glass and bullet holes still visible. Police say they killed the 4 gunmen and have arrested 5 other suspects. Now, the Kenyan government vowing to hunt down Mohammed, the alleged mastermind behind the massacre, offering a more than $200,000 bounty. But on Saturday, Al-Shabaab released a statement saying this slaughter will not be the last and that Kenyan cities will run red with blood. Kenya's president going on TV today vowing to respond in the severest way possible and calling for 3 days of national mourning. Alex Marquardt, ABC News, London.
Caught on camera, dozens of people were involved in a brawl at the Rockaway Resorts Casino in New York City. It's unclear what started the melee. Witnesses say it was a chair-flinging, glass-shattering fight. These 3 people were arrested. Several people were injured. Police say the casino sustained several thousands of dollars worth of damage. Send it back over to 7 First Alert meteorologist Callie Vogel to look at what we can expect for the rest of our weekend, the holiday weekend.
That's right, Dave. We wish we could kind of flip-flop things maybe. For those that want to be outdoors tomorrow morning, it's going to be a tough go, especially for areas near and north of the city, which is a good point here. We're looking at 52 degrees for a high today, 25 below this morning, but 54 and 35 are the averages. So we really weren't that far off, of course, our lows. We started pretty chilly, though. And we are looking at temperatures not quite as cold tonight, but tomorrow should be a bit milder. 53 the high here. Look to the north. 32, that was it, the high. To St. Marie, 32 Marquette, 44 degrees, the high Traverse City. So a big range across the state, and we saw that yesterday. We'll continue to see that for the remainder of the weekend. So for tonight, very late tonight, after about 3 a.m., the opportunity for some rain, or for some folks, a rain and snow combination. I'll time things out in just a moment. But most of the areas near and south of the city, it's going to be rain. To the north, of course, the advisory north of I-69 for 1 to 3 inches of snow. So yes, it's going to accumulate certainly on grassy areas. Opening day looks better. Good news there. Just a chance for a quick passing spotty shower, and even that looks pretty slight. Now, we've had a breezy day overall. We'll continue to see those gusty winds through the overnight. You can see those winds letting up after about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Pretty light during the day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we're at 49 degrees in Mount Clemens, 46 in Port Huron, 50 in Pontiac, downtown 53, and 52 degrees in Ann Arbor. So temperatures haven't dropped that much from the daytime highs. Here's the area of low pressure we're watching. It moves through, and then it stays put. So we're going to see waves of moisture in the coming days following this front that will remain situated just off to our south. Here's our hour-by-hour forecast as we head into tonight. Of course, we're going to see more and more cloud cover. I stopped it at 3 a.m. Notice the area of snow. The timing so important because those temperatures back down into the 30s. Best chance, again, here's I-69, to see some of that accumulating snow, although it does look like a bit of a mix near the city, and then it'll change over to rain by the afternoon. The problem is how quickly it gets out of here. It may be stuck with some rain, especially just north of the city. The further south, I think the most important thing is the further south, the drier you're going to be tomorrow. Our northern folks, unfortunately, going to have to deal with this for a good part of the day. And then there it is, maybe just a spotty shower on opening day. Yes, I'm showing you the possibility of some of that snow. And this is just to let you know, south of the city, we're not looking at anywhere near Detroit, up toward Mount Clemens, Pontiac. You may see light accumulations on grassy areas. And then, of course, north of I-69, a whole different story with 1 inch possible all the way up to 3 when you hit areas like Sanilac and also up towards Saginaw. Temperatures tonight, we're down into the mid-30s in the city. 56, oh, not bad for a high by the afternoon. We'll be drying, though, again from south to north during the day tomorrow. 57 opening day on Monday. We drop off a bit for Tuesday and Wednesday, but look at that stretch of unsettled weather. Monday night into Tuesday, at this point, looks to be the wettest, and then again on Friday. This is all just a very stubborn system to move out.
So 57 is not bad. That percentage of precipitation chance, yeah.
It's going to fluctuate from day to day. At some point each day, we're likely to see rain, timing it out. A lot of it looks to be more of an overnight morning for most days, which is a pretty good thing, at least for...
Especially for Monday.
Especially for folks pretty home.
Well, that
As
too.
you're at home.
That too,
Yeah.
that's right. All right, baseball fans, you know it's just around the corner. Less than 48 hours to go now before the Tigers open the season at Comerica Park, and thousands are expected downtown again. Police say you should plan on arriving early. That's because parking will be at a premium.
That entire area where the new hockey arena will be is no parking, and that area was a plethora for most people who were coming down to park their cars.
We'll take note of that. Guests will also have to contend with the M1 rail project happening on Woodward. Your best bet may be to take a bus to the Rosa Parks Transit Center. From there, it's just a short walk to the stadium. Up next, we'll check in to see how Michigan State is doing against Duke in the Final Four, plus the Wolverines kick off their spring game at the Big House. First time Harbaugh's in charge. David Solano standing by. All the highlights.
Channel 7 Action News, WXYZ Detroit will be right back.
the Michigan State Spartans are trying to upset Duke in the Final Four right now. Coach Izzo is making his 7th Final Four since 1999 after defeating Louisville in overtime on Sunday. That's the most of any coach in the nation over that time period. So as for tonight's ball game, let's get right to it. Michigan State hanging in there, 14-11. Last we actually checked, Denzel Valentine, really the story from downtown so far for those Spartans. A lot of basketball to go, though, obviously. And then, of course, the battle of one seeds, Wisconsin and Kentucky, coming up a little bit later on tonight down there in Indianapolis. The Final Four is underway. College football now, where Jim Harbaugh had a chance to watch his Wolverines go to work in their spring game at the Big House this afternoon. It's Shane Morris quarterbacking the blue squad over the white squad. First quarter we're going to go in this one. Alex Malzone out of Birmingham, Brother Rice, going to go up top right here. But check out Brandon Watson there for the interception. And Watson, the serious concentration to grab the football. Nice hustle from the fellas there. Now in the second quarter, Malzone, little play action. There's the throw, but now it's Desmond Morgan, the hustle and pick for the blue squad. Malzone 15 of 27 for 95 yards and the 2 picks. So later on in that second quarter now, Morris going to float it over to Gerard Dukes for the touchdown. Morris 11 of 24 for 135 yards to lead his half of the roster. The blue squad takes it 7-0.
We have very good defenses, as you can tell with the 7-0 game. Our defenses are great, and our offenses, we're just going to keep working, we're going to get better, and as a team, I thought we played well. It's fun anytime you get this many people out for a spring game, especially, we worked hard all spring, but to end it out here like this with this kind of atmosphere was awesome.
Competition, playing at a game type of speed that they execute, which there was good execution, and that nobody got injured. I was really pleased with that. So I'm walking away right now with a really good feeling about the spring game.
All right, well, Tigers taking on the Rays in their final spring tune-up before opening day on Monday. Alfredo Simon and Victor Martinez stepping it up nicely to help those Tigers blank Tampa Bay. In the top of the second we go. You think V-Mart might be ready for the regular season? Well, V-Mart, when he steps up here, he's going to hammer one. Deep right field. See you later. His second tater in the spring places the Tigers out in front. So let's get back to Simon. Simon looking good on the mound. Solid in this one. One of his heaters right here, and then gets Asdrubal Cabrera in the 4th, and then Evan Longoria in the 5th. Simon, 5 scoreless innings, giving up just 1 hit and strikes out 3. Now, V-Mart's home run, really all the offense Detroit needs. Jose Valdez picking up the save as the Tigers close out spring training with a 1-0 victory. For the Red Wings, skating to Minnesota for a 7 o'clock face-off tonight, and Jimmy Howard back in goal for Detroit. Now, with the Wings holding on to the 3rd spot in the Atlantic Division right now, the players know it's crunch time, but they're not panicking right now.
A lot of us have been in this situation before. I think a couple years ago when we had to win our last 4 games to get in, then we kind of got on a run. So, that you can get feeling good about yourself, playing well, that you can get on a run and have a special year.
We have to win our way into the playoffs, and I think that's a good thing. We want to be feeling good going into the playoffs. But we haven't made it there yet. We have to make sure that we, all we can focus on right now is our next game.
That is it to the NBA now, where after falling to the Bulls in the Windy City on Friday night, Pistons back home and getting ready to take on Miami at 7:30 tonight. The Heat held off Detroit in South Florida last Sunday, as a lot of us saw, but the Pistons have won 4 straight at the Palace. Highlights of this ballgame a little bit later on tonight for you at 10 of 11. Meantime, the Pacers, Paul George will play tomorrow against the Heat, 8 months after breaking his right leg while playing for Team USA in an exhibition game. Indiana making that announcement today. Big news because George was expected to sit out this entire season. But again, big story. Michigan State, last I checked, 14-11 against Duke right now in the first count. Hanging in there so far.
Still is. They are indeed, but some possessions here without baskets now.
Right.
So
it'll be dangerous.
Duke's pretty tough. Okafor, he's a man.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, indeed. David, thanks. Final word on our weather for tonight.
Okay, for tonight, we're looking dry. Tomorrow morning, a little different story. Now, keep in mind, if you are south of I-94, you have the best chance to see little rain and no snow. But north of the city, at least we're going to see some light snow north of I-69, accumulating snow. But it's going to be a band, so it's not going to be all day, but you're going to have to dodge this, from time to time, especially during the morning tomorrow, so just be aware.
Another thanks, and we thank you for joining us tonight. Come on back for Action News at 7. Remember, the news is always.
We'll be back at 7 o'clock. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching us at 6 on Channel 7 Action News.